Okay, so now we're still in 2.2 circles, and it says finding the intercepts of a circle. What that really means is, where does the circle touch the x or y axis? So here is an example. Okay, I drew it here on the graph, and you can see that this circle touches the x-axis right here and right here, but it does not touch the y-axis. Sometimes you'll have circles that are like this, that don't touch the x-axis and they don't touch the y-axis. Or sometimes you'll have circles like this that will touch the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so it's good to be able to draw your circle first to see how many intercepts you're supposed to find. So here would be 4, here would be none, and here is 2 intercepts. Okay, so in your paper, if you have the old version of the book, there's just this. Okay, but if you go to the new book and print out page 4, I have an example on page 4, and then I'm going to do another example with you how to find the x-intercepts or y-intercepts of a circle. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, it says for the circle, find the intercepts. That means where does the circle touch the x or y axis? So the first thing I see from this is I go 4, 1. This is my center, but it's not really 4, 1. I have to do opposite. So if this is plus, this is minus, and if this is plus, this is minus. So that's my center of the circle. My radius is the square root of this, which equals 5. So my radius equals 5. Okay, so now I'm just going to draw it because I want to see what it looks like. So the center is -4, -1. My radius is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the sun just came out. It's lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to draw. There's my circle. It's not so pretty. I can't draw circles very well. So you can see that it intercepts the x-axis somewhere here and here. And somewhere here and here, it intercepts the y-axis. All right, so we have 4 points to find. Okay, so let's find the x-intercepts. And then we're going to find the y-intercepts. Okay, so first we're just going to write this equation down. And we're going to write it down here. So now, oops, I missed this thing. Just a minute, I missed one step. Ignore me for a second. So what I have to do is, if I want to find the x-intercept, I have to let y equal 0. So if I'm finding the x-intercept, I let y equal 0, opposite. Now for the y-intercept, opposite, y, x. So let x equal 0. Now we write the equation down. X plus 4 squared. And we do it here, same thing. Okay, so now wherever the y is, I'm going to put a 0. And wherever the x is, I'm going to put a 0. So here, so that y, I'm putting a 0 there. See? There's my 0. Now this one, I'm going to put a 0 where the x is. So you can see it's the same. Both ways, it's the same. So now we're going to solve for x, then we're going to solve for y. Okay? So x plus 4 squared. 0 plus 1 is 1, so that's 1 squared. Well, 1 squared is just 1, so we can just leave it as 1. but now I need to get this by itself. So let's take this to the other side. So I'm left with x plus 4 squared equals 24. So to get rid of this squared, it's lovely. We can just take the square root of both sides. And it's kind of like the opposite. This and this cancel each other out, and I'm left with x plus 4 equals root 24. But you have to be careful. You have to take the plus and the minus of the root 24. Now I want x to be by itself, so I'm going to take the 4 to the other side. So x is equal to the plus or minus of root 24 minus 4. So that means we really have two answers for x, the plus value and the minus value. So let's do the plus first. Plus 24, root 24 minus 4. Where's my calculator? So I have to go root 24 minus 4. That's about approximately 0.9. So approximately 0.9. Now let's do the minus. Minus root 24 minus 4. So let's go back. Don't type it again. Just go back and go minus. Blah, we don't want that. That's approximately negative 8.9. So now we have 2 points. Really? There are 2 points? Yes. Go back up here. Y equals 0. So we have to put a 0 at the Y plot spot. And then x, see how it says x is equal to the plus or minus of this? So x is equal to 0.9 approximately and negative 8.9. So now my x-intercepts are here. 0.9 and 0. And then here, let's write it here, negative 8.9 and 0. So that's these intercepts. So now we're going to do the y-intercepts here. Okay? So we wrote out the equation. Wherever x was, we're going to put a 0. So now I'm left with 4 squared. What's that, 25? Okay, so 4 squared is 16. And now we're going to take the 16 to the other side. So that's gone. 25 subtract 16 is 9. So now, just like we did before, to get rid of that squared, we're going to do the square root. And they're kind of opposites. They cancel each other out, kind of. So now I get y plus 1 equals, oh, square root of 9 is nice. It's plus or minus 3. Now we want y by itself, so get rid of the 1. So now be careful, this is y is equal to plus or minus 3 minus 1. So again, we have two answers. We have the plus answer and the minus answer. So I have to go plus 3 minus 1, well that's equal to 2. And then I have to go minus 3 minus 1, which is equal to minus 4. So now I have 2 points. And I go back up at the beginning and it says x equals 0. So that means I need to put the 0 here. So if x is 0, y is 2. And if x is 0, y is negative 4. So now my two intercepts here are 0, 2. And down here is 0, negative 4. There, so we found the 4 intercepts by just going, if I want the x-intercepts, let y equals 0. The y-intercepts, let x equals 0, and solve. And that's it.